BYU Baylor. Baylor 3-point home favorites, 45.5 the total. That's a game you have to win, period, if you're Baylor. You can't lose that game last week against Colorado. Like, God, knock the football down. Do something. Like, you just can't give up that Hail Mary. I mean, it's just simple fundamentals. And that's on Aranda. You're supposed to be a defensive coach by trade, by background. And the fundamentals were out the window on that Hail Mary. Poorly done. They let them convert on the final play to force overtime. And then once that game got to overtime, all the momentum's with Colorado. The place is going nuts in Boulder. And then, of course, Colorado scores an easy touchdown on their first overtime possession. Baylor looks like they're going to answer, Sawyer Robertson and company, but nope. Fumble at the goal line. What a fucking play, though, by Travis Hunter. You've got to hand it to him. He knocked it out. And, of course, it goes through the back of the end zone. Touchback, game over. Colorado wins in overtime. Brutal loss for Baylor. Now they got to bounce back from that here against BYU. That being said, they were better than Colorado for a large part of that game. And if they can somehow flip the switch and get locked in again and not be moping and in the doldrums over that horrible loss and, put it behind them and get ready for this next game, they could win. Because let's be honest, I know BYU was impressive against Kansas State last week, but how much of it was turnovers and then all of a sudden, it was a situation where the game just exploded and Kansas State kind of had a meltdown. It's not BYU, they were good, but a lot of it was Kansas State shooting themselves in the foot, over and over and over again. And then it's just a snowball effect. It is a strong home field when BYU gets going. Now they got to go on the road. I don't know if I'll bet this game, but I'm trying to make a case for Baylor, I guess is what I'm trying to say. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, BYU was good. And yeah, it just shit rolls downhill. I mean, they had the fumble recovery at BYU. I mean, they scored a few offenses, but they had that punt return was their last one. So a couple scores there. This is where I kind of want to fade BYU. Look, they went to SMU and won outright, covered. I thought they would, but they were getting what? Was that 8 or 10?
That SMU game was terrible. They made mistakes in that game too. That wasn't all BYU.
They were awful.
Yeah,
but I just mean, now it's just 3 here off the horrible. Yeah, man. I mean, not enough coaches. Like, that has to be, like, not just done a little bit. They need to make sure they practice that Hail Mary because we've seen it just way too often, where it just breaks down no one. Yeah, but just knock the freaking ball down, and they have the guys back there. Just a wild finish. If you had Baylor tickets, you had to feel thick to your stomach and feel crazy if you had Colorado and won there. So I think Baylor can do well here at home. Like BYU's defense, it just, like I said, was good enough. I don't think they were great. K-State still ran it, just was turnovers with them. The only problem is this, to me, would be a little bit better. I just want Baylor as like a pick 'em to really take them. I don't even want to lay 3 points with them, because I think this game maybe could be close and a field goal in this one. And we'll see how the Baylor defense does here at home. BYU, red hot ATS, too. I mean, they had glass couple last year, and then they've done nothing but win so far this year. So maybe one I'm just not going to be involved with.